I've cashed out over $1 million at this point.
Just over 3 years ago, Jordan had returned home after travelling the world and was working as a gym trainer. Now, he's a millionaire. Thanks to some advice from a friend, Jordan was one of the first investors in Ethereum, a peer-to-peer online currency marketed as an alternative to Bitcoin.
My initial investment was $1,500, which bought me 5,290 Ether.
When he started hearing more and more talk about Ethereum, Jordan logged back into his account for the first time in almost 3 years.
When I did and put the numbers into my calculator, I just really couldn't believe it. I was quite shocked and stunned.
Jordan's $1,500 had grown and grown over that time into around $400,000. If he'd invested the same amount into Australia's top 200 stocks, he'd have made only $92 in the same period. Jordan cashed out 75% and his remaining investment has grown even more. It's given him the kind of freedom that few 25-year-olds can dream of.
I actually wrote a wellness book called Man Alive. It allowed me to give the time and space to do that. I recently left my day job at coaching at the gym and now focusing more on corporate wellness.
For 57-year-old surf photographer Dan, cryptocurrency is a retirement plan.
I didn't have a lot of superannuation. It's not like I could retire and then live off that. So for me, it was a no-brainer. Get it into a self-managed fund and put it into trading in cryptocurrency.
Dan started with Bitcoin when it was around $3,000 a coin. Its value has climbed to record highs and back down again. Dan has ridden those highs and lows, and his super is still looking better off.
I've managed to build it up and turn it into a much larger nest egg because it wasn't much of it. It was like a sparrow's egg before. Now it's getting up to like an emu egg.
Cryptocurrency is kind of like the online equivalent of storing gold, although it's traded without the need for banks. Don't think that means the taxman isn't watching.
It depends on your individual circumstances, and that's certainly different for everyone, whether you're a trader, an investor, and how long you hold those before you sell. So I'd say seek professional advice.
It's also incredibly turbulent. Last week, a few factors caused the markets to tank, losing almost half their value in just a couple of days.
Cryptocurrency is by far the most volatile asset class in the world, so you've got to have a thick skin and take a longer-term perspective. Only invest what you can afford to lose and be prepared that it's probably going to jump up and down 50, 60, 70% sometimes.
It can get very stressful, but because I started with nothing, it doesn't really worry me too much.
Things have changed a lot since 2009, when Bitcoin was the only crypto kid on the block.
These days, there's thousands of cryptocurrencies out there, and the fact is that 90% of those are going to fail, or there's scams and frauds out there.
But despite the very big ups, major downs, and dodgy as coins, these early investors reckon crypto is the cash of the future.
For me, it's just an exciting wave to ride.
So much buzz about Bitcoin at the moment. I was talking to one economist the other day about this, and he said, you know that when your great aunt is asking you about Bitcoin over the Christmas table, it's time to get out.